Hello there, and welcome back in part 5 of this section, the primitive data types Booleans. So far we have mentioned two categories of the primitive data types, which are integers and floating points. Now the third category is called Boolean, where the Boolean category contains only one data type, which is Boolean. While the Boolean data type can store or holds only two possible values, which are true or false, which means yes or no respectively, and it takes the same general form of defining variables, which is data type, then variable name equals to the value, which is for this data type Boolean, can be only true or false, and of course followed by the semicolon. So if we define a variable of data type Boolean and give it a name, say Boolean value, so what comes after that equal sign is either true or false. So if we make the value to be true, that means the variable of data type Boolean and has the name of Boolean value will now hold the value of true, which means yes, where a variable of data type Boolean is mainly used with something called if statement, that we will learn about later in this course, where the if statement takes that format: if followed by parentheses followed by curly braces. And a quick explanation for now about if statement is that if you have, for example, a line of code that prints you are succeed, and we need only to print that message if only you are succeed, and here comes the role of if statement, where it can enclose that line of code inside its curly braces, and it will first check your success, and if really you succeed, it will print the message, and if not, it won't print that message. And don't worry, we will explain if statement more later. But now, what makes the if statement print that message or not is that Boolean data type, where inside those parentheses we put the variable of data type Boolean, where if the value of that Boolean expression is true, that means yes, print the success message, but if false, that means no, don't print that success message. And now since that variable holds the data type Boolean and its value is true, that means yes, run the line inside the if statement. But if that value is false, that means no, don't run the line inside that if statement. So let's try that in our IDE and it checks what happens. So now let's start to make a variable of data type Boolean. So let's type Boolean for the Boolean data type, space, and let's give it a name, say Boolean value. Okay, and let's say it equals true, and the semicolon. And now let's say we have to print that message on the screen. System.out.println parentheses double quotes, and let's say, hey, you are succeed. Okay, and semicolon. Okay, but we want to only print that message if you are succeed, and to control the printing of that message we have to put that message inside the if statement. So let's say we have if statement, if followed by parentheses followed by curly braces, but don't worry, we will discuss about if statement in details later. So now to control the printing of that message, let's put it inside the curly braces of the if statement. So select and let's make cut and paste here inside the curly braces of the if statement. So right click and paste. Okay, so now we have to put the Boolean value between the if statement parentheses right here, so that if true, that print statement will be executed or run, and if false, the program will skip that print statement. Okay, but also we can put here the value true or false directly without using variable, either true or false, without using the variable. But as we have said earlier, that variables make the program more dynamic, And as you dive more in programming, you will notice the importance of using variables. So let's make the use of variables rather than using the value directly. So let's delete that. And let's use that variable of type Boolean. So let's copy that variable name, copy, and paste here. And since that variable name is of data type Boolean, so it can replace here the Boolean value of true or false. And now if we run the program, we expect that message will be printed. Since the value of that variable is true, that means the code between the if statement curly braces will be run or executed. So let's run the program and see. And okay, it works. It prints the message, hey, you aren't succeed. So now, if we change the value of that Boolean variable to be false instead of true, that means the value here will be false, and hence that line of code will not be executed and will be skipped by the program. So let's rerun the program again. And as expected, nothing prints, since that Boolean variable holds the value false, so that what inside the if statement curly braces won't be executed or run. Okay, so far so good. Now we are about finishing the primitive data types, but enough for that lesson, and see you in the next video.